we're going to start with the music. Now, I'm going to test out to see if I can do 2 hours. I haven't technically done it on here before. I have tried this a few times on other platforms, and I got extremely tired because it's just something that's not really, I'm not used to having people like technically watch me like work. But I do work like constantly. Sorry. Slight cough today. The weather's a bit crazy. Okay. So you can see that we're going to start here. We're going to move our way down to the sewing, which will be over here. So I have done this before in the past, but I haven't technically done 2 hours of, like, split it up for 2 hours. Oy. Dry throat here, that's crazy. Hold on. Did I charge this? Give me a second. That will be wonderful. It's not charged, so I need to charge that. Okay, so we're going to do the music. Why is the volume? Bit of a crazy day, and then obviously the royal family is in DC right now, so everybody's probably more interested in sitting and listening to hear the king and the queen say some stuff. And I think Brandon's there right now, since he's part of media, right? And all these crazy things that have been happening, my goodness. I don't even know what to say. However, all these crazy things that are happening here are so common in South Africa that it's... Okay, so we have discovered that this is definitely 9 minutes. Hold on. I'm going to... Hi, Dior. Are you coming in here? Come. Hi. Hi, you're making an entrance. Okay. Oh, he's just checking on me. How are you doing? I just want to see why I have like 9 minutes of this whole thing. It's so crazy how I managed to get 9 minutes is beyond question here. I think I'm going to just lop it off over here for now. So I'm just going to delete this, and then if we want to add more later, we do. But we don't need that much, evidently. I have like 9 minutes too much. Oh, my goodness, it's just automatically undeleted. Oh, I deleted. There, okay. So we're going to work on some music. Welcome in if you are here to see what I'm doing. I'm going to switch it around between music and fashion today. I don't usually do that, but we're going to give it a try. So this was something I was working on, but it's not complete. And I think you heard me work on it. Okay, so that's the general idea, right? And just to let you know, I don't stick with general ideas. I'm not the person who does Western stuff because I grew up in East Asia or Southeast Asia, Japan, and partly the United States and South Africa and Swaziland. So when I do music, I bring different sounds from around the world. I don't generally focus just on the West and rap and hip hop, but I try to be a little bit more global because that is who I am. You can hear I don't have an American accent. I don't have a South African accent. Nihongo skoshi dake. I used to speak Japanese. So for me, I'm a lot more eclectic in the approach to how I go about doing music. I like beats, but I also like the gamelan. Like you hear the gamelan, and I think a lot of the times what has happened is in the West, they don't talk enough about overseas cultural backgrounds. This is why I did my master's in art, because I thought it was important to learn history around the world through the arts. That's why I do what I do, right? So I'm bringing a different element to the space, like to YouTube, besides just being like somebody that talks Western stuff. We go deeper into cultural things. So that's what I do, and I'm going to stick to my gun on this one. Oh, hold on. Oh, I just brought it through. Okay, hold on. So what you're seeing here, sorry, dry throat. Lately I've had a bit of a cough. I don't know what the deal is. And then later on, I'm going to be doing a little bit about fashion. I have my little sewing machine over there. I have the piece that I just finished making. It's not like anything crazy. It's just yeah. And then a lot of the things that I have been working on have a little bit more overseas sounds, if that makes any sense. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate you guys coming over here. I will start talking about like other places besides Africa and Asia, but I'm starting with those type of subjects and talks because they're the two places that I generally lived besides part-time in the States. I hope everybody's well. So you're gonna just listen to me do a bit of music and then I'll switch over to the fashion. But I think the blend is interesting. I don't know if many people are doing that on YouTube. So I was like, well, if I'm doing this because this is just who I am, then I might as well just share it with other people to see if people are interested, right? That's what I'm about. I'm not doing this for, oh, I'm trying to be like famous. No, it's more about who I really am. This is who I am, basically. This is what you see is what you get. That's what that is. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna come up with a general idea. This is the starting point. It's not really anything complete. As you can see, the process of music production is more than a couple of notes. Like, I actually studied music. I've been doing 43 years of music most of my life. So this accumulated because I was teaching music, right? So I teach music besides producing. And I sew because I did sewing, oddly enough, for my art degrees. They were like, why aren't you using, for me, paint, you need a large space. Textiles, you don't really need much space. You just need space to put it on things. So I found that because I don't live in a huge space right now, I can't paint huge paintings, like abstract pieces like I used to. I work with the environment, and textiles give a different kind of element to the arts. As you know, the subject, oddly enough, for the gala is in fact, excuse me, is in fact, fashion is art. Now, I would always say wearable art because you wear clothing, right? But like it should be expressive. That's how it should be. Add a signature. What is that? That's interesting. I'm just looking at the screen there. YouTube's giving me different things to like think about. So lots of things going on this space. But yes, fashion is indeed art, or as you would say, fashion might be wearable art. I think the biggest concern is when the Met Gala happens, they're always focused on the Western perspective and they never bring up the cultures that brought the textiles into the West, Asia, the Middle East, carpets. Like there are lots of things that people do not bring into the subject of fashion, and I feel as if, in many senses, that's what's missing in the Met Gala. Is they don't go beyond the West. They're always focused on the European context, right? So I think it just needs to be pushed into a different realm when it comes down to the arts. And the same thing applies for the art education that you have here in the United States. It's too, like, I think they're branching out a little bit more, but I think it does need to have more depth to it, right? So that I studied in Japan. I actually studied in Japan, and I studied in South Africa and Swaziland. So I don't think, it's just different. It's different, and I think more needs to be brought up onto the table for that particular subject. Okay, let's go back into the music. It's not done. As you can hear, it's just a general idea. And that's called the gamelan. People from the West might not be familiar with that, but if you're from East Asia, that is definitely something that is extremely familiar in the cultural heritage of those particular countries. So I want to bring in different sounds from around the world. I don't want to just stick with, oh, let's just do some rap or some beats. It's like, bring some more culture into it. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. Let's see. So you have to come up, you guys are going to be watching the process. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going along with what I've already put down. So you're going to be watching the process of how I layer a track. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just layering the track. That's all it is. There are 4 layers, a keyboard, the gamelan, and just an intro. What is this? Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to hear what this is that I... Hold on. Let me just put this on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy and paste this, because I think I just forgot to add that. Whoops. So before I do anything, bring it down. If you do know how to do production, find the parts that you want, find the section, the track that you want to do, and then you copy and paste. There are other ways to do this. There's like methods, but I'm a little bit old school. I just kind of stick with what I'm doing here. Copy, where's the copy? Copy, make sure it's on the same section so you get it right. Paste. So I teach music. I suppose I still teach music. And then the fashion is part of what I did for the arts. Luckily I went to universities that allowed me to use textile as the art form, which was cool. And then obviously I used paints and stuff, but I used textiles where it became sculptural pieces for the interior. Like the soundproofing you see here, I put the soundproofing together. So I build things as well, if that makes sense. So the art becomes, textile and art becomes a very big part of interior decorating, right? So that's part of what I enjoy doing. Oh, whoops, copy paste. Yeah, so I have it, I'm sure you can hear, my accent is definitely not 100% American. There is definitely a little bit of South African there, but you know, nobody, like, I don't think anybody really, yeah, it's just one of those things. Let me just hear, I'm probably going to take out sections. Let me just do this quickly, edit, and then we'll expand the piece later. But I think for now, let's do this. And I didn't learn music production in the States. I actually learned it in Japan. So I don't think it was in Japanese. I went to an American international school, but I did learn production there. So I have to think, being in Japan and Tokyo, to learn music production in the late 90s. I learned to compose before that, and I was obviously taking music classes, but yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we can do this. Let me just see how long this is. 2 seconds. It's about a minute or two. 2 minutes, that's fair. I think music does not necessarily, I mean, I can loop this for 4 minutes. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy and paste this. Okay, so I'm gonna loop this. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Select all. Select all. Select all. Copy. Select all. Select all. Yes. And then let me just put this here so I do not mess up. And then paste. Hopefully I get this right. What the heck did it do? Oh, yeah, wait a minute. That's only pasted that section now. That's not exactly what I was intending on doing. Okay, so let's start over again. Okay, select all, or maybe I'll just drag. Oops. Where's that hand? Oh my goodness, copy, select all. Okay. And then, sorry folks, I have to, and you know, it's part of the process. I don't think people realize that when you do music, it's not just an instant thing. This actually does take time. So that's the whole, no, this is not happening here. What's going on? Why are you giving me this nonsense? No, I don't want that one section, you silly thing. Okay, so we're gonna just do it this way. Sometimes the old school traditional way is the way to go. Okay, now we copy, and paste. Please just give me the whole thing. Yes, thank you. Okay, now we got about 4 minutes. You know, it's funny, when I went to different countries, I learnt different languages, and my accent was always different. So I could never figure out which country everybody was expecting me to be in, but my accent always changed. So I never always sounded like this, nor did I always sound all American. It was just, and I didn't speak Afrikaans. Good gosh, I don't even know how to speak Afrikaans. My mom was like, we're not going to do that in our family. So we never learned Afrikaans in our family. I spent spent a lot of time with people who spoke Tswana and Zulu and Xhosa, and Siswati, which is very similar to Zulu. Yeah, so I'm busy doing the music. Okay, so I'm going to be on here for about 2 hours. We're going to, at around the 6 o'clock, I'm going to switch, or 5 o'clock, I'm going to switch over to the textiles. Okay? Okay, so now we're gonna add, yeah, I think that's good. And then we'll just add some sections now. Hold on a second, let me just, new track. Do you guys know how to do this stuff? Are you interested in the production? I have a whole playlist of how to create music from ground zero, from learning music theory to literally, because this is it's an education channel. It might be entertaining to some extent, but on most occasions, this is actually an educational channel. So I have playlists that basically talk about the music, how to create music from scratch, or how to build your YouTube channel, or how to build a website, or how to paint a painting. It's all on my collection of playlists, which I didn't have at the beginning because I was busy formulating the idea and the vision. And I worked sort of backwards on my channel. Everybody says, oh, do the thumbnails first. And I was like, no, what I would prefer doing, because everybody wants detailed descriptions on topics, is do the project or the vision or have a conversation first, like on a live, and then work your way backwards on a subject, right? So that's what I do. Okay, now we have, okay, there's that space. Okay. Okay. Yes, Dior? Hi, Gigi. Okay, so I'm gonna add that. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to, wait. Don't know if I like that sound. Let's switch the sound over. Modern classic. Okay, I'm gonna just play with the sound quick. Experimental. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice actually. Okay, let's try this out with the sound. Okay. so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it like backwards. Okay. It's pretty cool. Okay, I don't know if anybody's listening here, but welcome in. You're hearing me produce my tracks. Everything you hear on this channel is basically stuff that I've produced by hand. A lot of people are like, oh, the AI is easier. But I'm like, you know what, we don't know what's gonna happen with the AI. I do use AI for general ideas and concepts because as an artist and somebody that did her master's, I understand that AI should be used as a tool, as a creative tool, just like a DAW. I spoke on another live of mine that the DAW was the beginning of the AI. Before the DAW, the digital audio workstation, the MIDI was created. Okay, before the MIDI was created, there was no such thing as an idea that a computer could speak to something. So this became the starting point of where we are today with AI. So it's no coincidence that we are here. Technology develops, and the development came from, in fact, believe it or not, the music. So that's and technology just grows and builds and develops. I think people don't talk enough about it. Shouldn't be an alien. Like that. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Take this off. So this is no coincidence. It's don't people say, "Oh, you're so talented." It's not talent. Talent. It's not talent. It is hard work and a lot of effort put into learning how to do this. This is not a talent. This is a skill. Just like sewing is a skill. Like you have to practice. If you practice, then people can think that it's easy and it's a talent, but it's not really a talent, guys. This is called learning the skill. Okay, I don't use it as, oh, she's talented. It's not a talent. I get so frustrated when people say, oh, it's talent. I was like, it's not talent. It's practice. Practice makes perfect. If you're not willing to learn the skill, there is nothing there. That's just how it is, okay? Let's start over again. Okay. Is that okay? Okay, so now what I can do is I can always take sections out, but let's see what we have. It's going to sound different than the keyboard, right? Do is I'm going to add, let me just do new track. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, where is it? There it is. Okay, electronic. We don't want electronic. We would like to have piano. Where's the piano? Piano. So we're going to have a piano of the same piece. So this is going to copy, right? Copy. We're going to copy. Copy, and then here. Let's see if that worked. Paste. Yeah, it worked. Okay, so let's see if it made a difference in a difference. I just want to hear if there's a... So it should have more depth, right? Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't think about that, but that's really... Okay. I do like that. I do like that. There's a bit of an edge. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to record this. That is so cool. Okay. Let's hear what it sounds like. Welcome in. I'll be working on some fashion in 2 hours, but I'm going to work on the track. Oh, that sounds cool. Okay. So this is the underlying section. I mean, there's no melody yet. This is just a composition, and then you add the layers like a painting. The same thing applies. Yeah, you're gonna be, hopefully I get this track worked on and finished. I don't know if it's gonna be finished by today, but we're gonna try. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do now, is we're going to, I think we just take out some parts over here. So we're going to adjust this. We're going to change the volume and adjust 2 sections here. Okay, and then, oh, that's the end. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, let's take this out. Let's just remove this. I think we don't need that, eh? Okay, so we're gonna just chop it, chop, remove the ending we don't technically need. Let's see. so and then we're also going to do here, which is, there are going to be some sections that I might just take out. How do we do it here? Oh, gosh, that would have been bad. Okay, did I do anything? Maybe it's 2 tulips here. So now we need to figure out, is there more section? Are there more sections that I don't need? Like up here maybe? Let me just see. Because I need to add something. Hold on. This is just editing sections. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it over here. And then technically we're going to come in. We're going to come in over here, I think. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. Okay. I think we're going to silence this section. Here, here, here. Okay. And then let's see if this makes a difference. then we just lock this off over here for now. Let's see. So all this stuff that you're hearing me do, welcome in. I have to think of a melody. Right now it's just a chorus section. I'm going to save that since I haven't saved it. Welcome in if you're here for the first time. I am literally just creating a song as we go along here. So I like using the lives because the lives help with, if you have any copyright concerns, this is the best place to come to produce your own music because YouTube will then have access to make sure that you're safe with your own music. Now, at one point, I was uploading to Deezer and CD Baby, and I wanted to do Spotify, iTunes, but then I finally said, you know what? All of this stuff that's happening now, just as well I didn't have a whole bunch of things up, because you wouldn't be able to use it on, I don't know, it would get complicated. So I find that now that I work from home and I have all this equipment, which I usually taught on, this is why I do the lives, and I use this space to produce music because it's security for your own sanity. You want to make sure, like, YouTube knows this is like, she's doing this stuff. This is her music. So the next time I upload something and I use my own track, there's like never an issue. As long as it sounds different than what you generally hear, right? That's important, is you want to make sure that you're doing something that doesn't have similarities, or if there are similarities, there have to be differences in the music. Hold on a second. I need to feed my fur baby. That's what he's worried about. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me just, I'm going to put this on play, on repeat while I get him food. Okay. You guys can listen to that. I'll be right back. I need to feed him. 2 seconds. I'll be back. Dior. Oops. Oops, almost tripped on myself. Come, dinner. There you go, Didi. How's your paw? Is it better? It's hard for me to move around here. Okay. Okay. So you're hearing the track. You saw me coming in from the other side. Okay. I had a drum, I mean, I could do the percussion on here, it's fine. Oh no, that's off. No. I'm trying to find a different sound. I could technically do it myself, but neon light beats. I want to hear that. Crazy, okay. I could use my, actually, let's do this. If you have any questions of my channel, I do multiple things. I'm personally, I know a lot of people probably don't know me, but let's put it this way. I'm no spring chicken. I'm basically a middle-aged woman, Gen Xer, but I didn't have any kids in the end. I have a fur baby. And I have the time to develop skills that I've been working on throughout my master's and my bachelor's and music education, all that stuff. So I use my channel for various things so people can see if they're like interested in developing different skills, which is what I generally do, right? That's what I basically work on. So if you are here and you want more information, you can definitely go to my channel's main page and it can show you the playlists. It has a lot of different things because I had developed a business. This is almost like a business, like you have to invest your money into buying the products, the supplies, in order to actually develop more stuff that actually happens right now. So I am reinvesting my income with what I'm selling on Poshmark, which is like the fashion side of things, to develop stuff. So everything you see here, I started from scratch. like 10 years ago, I moved back to the United States and I had nothing. I brought nothing with me. I didn't, no keyboard, no nothing. I literally carried a backpack back to the States and I started my life over again at 30, 36, 37. Now I'm 46. So that's basically, yeah, that's basically what had happened is I started all over again. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. You just need to have the willpower if you need to start over again from scratch. Get a job, earn some money, put it together, make it happen, learn some technology skills, and build online. If you want to decide to not work an office job, have some technical skills. Computer technology is definitely a good way to go. Okay, so let's find a beat on here. I'm gonna use GarageBand. I love GarageBand sounds. Let's see what we can do. Sorry. Oh, I need to get my fur baby some more food. Let me just change the key signature so we have it together. E minor. Is it E flat minor? What do we have here? E flat minor. Okay. E flat minor. BPM 80, 89. Always change it down to, you have to make sure it's in the right 89, okay. So now we can start finding some sounds. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. Sometimes, actually, GarageBand and Pro Tools, not Pro Tools, Logic Pro X actually have the same loops, which is great. So you don't have to like panic. Like all the new stuff is on the new iPad, on the iPad for GarageBand, which is great. So I always transfer, if I like a sound, I always transfer it from here to the track, depending on what it is I'm doing at the time, right? The electronic drums. No, okay. All drums. Okay, so I'm gonna, I didn't want all instruments, I wanted drums. Yeah. Back to drum and bass. Maybe I should add it. There, I can create my own beats, but this is, sometimes it's easier to do it this way. Maybe we use some drum and bass. Hold on, I'm gonna just transfer this over to my computer just now. Too busy. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I'm going to send that over. Yeah, I'm going to send that sound over. So I'm going to, yeah, we'll do that for now. So now, transfer it to my email and then send it over to the soundtrack. Okay, it's just saving at the moment. share. No, wait, hold on. I think it needs more than one. Okay, hold on, we need to go back. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to record it. Hold on. I do need to record it. They're absolutely correct. Okay. Oh, hold on. Start over again. Okay. Now I can share it. Okay, that's right. Okay. Share. Okay, so I'm going to send it to me, and then from there, it's going to ding, sorry. Feel free, if you have any questions, I will be doing like some, I think at 6 o'clock. I'm trying 2 hours on here. I have never done 2 hours on a live before. But I feel as if I should do a little bit longer because I only do once, like live once a week. So I'm testing it out to see how this actually is going to like work. So yeah, it dinged. Hold on, dear. I'll be with you just now. Hold on. Okay, and now I'm going to send this. Okay, now I'm going to send this. Hold on a second. I guess save to file, right? Okay. And now I go to my email. It's a little bit of work. This is why tech skills are useful, is that you can use, once you have the basic tech skills, it kind of works with all the fields that you do. You don't music is just the starting point. It might be cool and all, but at the same time, it's a skill that you're learning that could potentially be useful for all the other technology skills, which is what I've discovered. So for me, it's like a biggie. Okay, so I'm sending over, and then I'm going to transfer it to. Okay, and I'm going to go into here and go into my email. Okay, so we got that. We're going to send this over. Hold on a second. Oh, I need to download it. Shoot. Okay. Download. Okay, and then once it's downloaded, now we go into here. This is all tech skills, folks. Tech skills. If you have tech skills, you can pretty much figure everything out. I learned this in, I don't know, I just like technology, so I've been around technology for my whole entire life. This is nothing, some people don't have it, but I think it's important to learn it because this becomes very useful for, like, AI can do it for you, but at the same time, if you have skills past just asking a prompter to do it, you can do a lot of other things too. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's hear this. Ooh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste that. That's cool. Okay, so we're going to turn this thing off for now. Nice, nice. Okay, so we're going to just copy and paste. Okay, so then I can lower the volume later, but I'm going to just copy and paste. And that's how you do it. If you want to use GarageBand's loops for your track, they work together. They sync well because actually the new update for GarageBand is the old Logic Pro X. So if you didn't know that, now you know. This is why they both meet, because they're both built by Apple. Apple, this is, if you have an Apple device, I even have explanations of how to produce on your iPhone if you want to learn how to do that. And I know everybody's like, oh yeah, but AI does it. But at the same time, it's always good to have the basic skills, because if there is a problem in the future with AI, you got it down. You can do it by yourself. The same thing applies for like learn to draw, understand how colors work in your environment, and anything is possible before you ask AI to do anything. So like everybody talks about AI slop. I was like, that's because people don't understand how to mix colors and give better descriptions. If there were better descriptions, you can do better work. That's just how it is. Ooh, it's like jungle. Cool, right? And that's from here. Transferred the song from here, the track, the beats. sorry. 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 Wait. Let me get a lozenge. I'll be back. Then I have to give my fur baby something. Okay, dry food, right? Oh, sorry, I didn't leave the mic there. Apologies. You're walking around with me. My bad. It's okay. Just need a lozenge. My bad. Sorry about that. I had the mic with me. Apologies. To hear. Oh, it's a bit loud, sorry. My bad. If you have a project that you'd like to try, I don't know if you guys have any music equipment or sewing machine, I will gladly give you a project in the future or now if you have any questions. I can give you exercises to do with the music production stuff. You can connect up with me through my Wix site because I run the whole thing. So there's like a little section on the Wix where it has like those little lines. That's the question section. So if you have any questions, you can ask me questions directly through Wix or on the messages down here. So feel free to ask any question, ask away if you have any questions, right? And at the moment, I'm not technically monetized on here, so I'm not getting paid on YouTube yet, if that makes any difference. I get paid in other places. So yeah, I'm potentially working towards maybe one day earning on here, but this is not, it's not like I'm earning on here yet. This is like the build up. I'm building up towards that. That's the plan. Okay. Okay, let's try this. I'm not technically, I mean, I don't really sing. Like, I might use... I don't know. Oh, that's an old sound. Gosh, that's so like 70s, 80s. That's cool. Oh gosh, I don't know if I should try this. Yeah, that doesn't work at the moment. Wow, it's like old sci-fi. I love it. That fog of sounds. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's not strong enough. Hold on. What time is it? Almost 6. there's missing, like, I need to take out some sections on the piano so I can add, like, a melody. Right now it's just, or a harmony. Right now it's just chorus, okay? Yeah. Funny, I thought that there was like a keyboard electronic. Let me just see quickly. Am I missing something? Synth wood, synth. '80s vibes. Drum kit. That doesn't sound like a drum kit. Oh, that's like a interesting. Let's go back. What's Logic? Oh, these are the classics. External instruments. What? What's that? Clav synthesizer. Pop horn. No. I don't know what I want here. Keyboard. I mean, I don't have any vocals yet. I would have to think of something. I don't know. I'm not a complete vocalist, folks. I can do something. I would have to bring my mic this way. Okay, let me see if I can do something with the voice. I have to think. Okay. Okay, I'll add some vocal. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I would have to take the mic off. Yeah, that would complicate things, wouldn't it? Because it echoed the last time I did that. I would have to put everything on silent. Hold on. Let me come up with a section first. It's very Celtic. Okay, let's see. Okay, that works. It's very Celtic. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna add that, but I'm gonna remove sections still. So I'm gonna just record that. Up here. Okay. Gonna try it out. Okay. So this can be the melody. There's a part over here. I can always adjust this. Let's just see what I did over here and move this note up. Where is it? Where is it? Where did this section go? Let's hear this part over here. Hold on. Sorry, folks. I just want to see where I... Oh, I can take that out. Okay. Here. Okay, so it's somewhere. I probably don't need this part over here. This is going to be... Where was that? I heard it. I heard it. I don't know where it is. Dum. There we go. Let's see if it worked. Okay, so now I have to come up with like a melody. I don't know what the melody is going to be. And this will come somewhere, so I have to take out some parts over here. Okay, so that will be the melody. It will go somewhere. Okay, so that's where we're going to adjust. Okay, so we're going to start from here. Where is it? Can I just eyeball this thing? I think this is where the melody will go. I'm just having to decide still. Okay, let's see if this works. Got to silence a section in order to add the composition. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna silence that over here. So then we come over here. Okay, so then we silence this section over here. Let me see how far okay, and then we just do eyeballing it again. I don't know what this is. Let's just see. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to let this run because I was promising that I was going to do some sewing, so I'm going to sew now. We're going to let that run. That's the melody. We're going to add the vocals later. Okay. It takes longer to do a track. Okay. Now I'm gonna sew. Whew. Okay, so if you're questioning how I do it, it's because I'm moving around. It's been a while since I've touched this. But now you have the background music for this, right? So you're gonna hear me sew. Where's the other piece? Hold on. This is the back. Oh, here it is. So you're seeing me do the other side, which is the sewing. My channel is, I mean, I do art as well, but fashion and art really are like the same thing. One's just more sculptural. So that's where I am. And I've always used textiles for my art. And because we don't have a huge space, I have to work with my environment. And it's easier to put, we don't own this place, so I can't put paint all over the wall. I have to really think about how I utilize this space without messing it up, because we could get fined for that, and I don't want to get fined. So we're keeping, oh, wait, before I do anything. I need to change this. So I'm trying to give myself 2 hours to work on a live. I've never really done this before. I mean, I've worked on a live, but I've only really done about an hour. So for me, pushing it for like 3 to 4 hours, let me see, 3 hours, 4 hours, that's pushing it for me. But if this becomes like a thing that people enjoy, I will gladly do this more frequently, because I don't know if another channel is doing both. I mean, it was never like a plan, like do something somebody else doesn't do, but it's just part of my life. My life has always been fashion and music, or textiles and art and music. Something like that. And I don't want to disturb the neighbors, because we do have neighbors in this apartment. Not this apartment, but next door. There are lots of people. I'm waiting for somebody to knock on the door and complain about it, so I don't want to take a chance to go overboard here. I have to respect my neighbors as well. Okay. This is not easy, I can tell you right now. Oh, shoot. Back in the day, it was more normal to see people doing 2 things at once. I think we've been spoiled by technology, because it tells us to do something and we do it. But when we didn't have technology, this was like normal, like doing stuff on your own. Like, this is like, you don't have people to do it for you. This is how it used to be, right? my right leg is like, it's crazy. I'm gonna keep that open a little. Okay. Now we're gonna do welcome in, folks. I can't see the screen, unfortunately, but you're welcome to leave comments and stuff, or join me on my Wix enables you to speak to me directly, or technically you could do that on my SoundCloud, but you need to, I think you need to sign up with SoundCloud. I don't think you need to sign up with Wix or my email, but I don't push the email thing because I know that people don't know who I am, so I don't want to take a chance on those kind of subjects. However, it is available if you need to look for it, okay? So it's there. It is there if you're looking for it. Do you think? So the gala is going to be art. Fashion is art. Well, I mean, I guess technically anything could be art, right? Culinary food could be art. Craft is definitely art. This is like, before it becomes an actual piece, it's craft, right? Craft is like a thing. And I think more people should use craft as the starting point to fashion, but they never really mold the two together, just like everybody always talks about fashion as art. But art could also be fashion, or art could be craft, which could be led into fashion. I don't know. Different interpretations, right? Music is art, isn't it? So I made this earlier today. Yeah, I did. Actually, I started yesterday. And then that's what we have here. Different ways you can wear this, right? 6. Yeah, I'll be on here till 7, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Let's give it a try. I have to give myself some time to work on the projects, right? I create my own projects. I have no particular, all I'm doing is I create my own stuff and then I utilize it for potential clients or business or whatever in the future. Projects I did before led into other projects in South Africa when I did exhibitions. So when I did an exhibition, somebody said, oh, we need you to do this. And then I would organize another project. So I'm big into project organization, which is why I started an LLC, because I like to bring things together and create a vision. Yeah. This is like a studio. This is what we do in studio spaces. I didn't have all my music equipment, so now this is like a little bit of a luxury. That I have all this stuff available, which is great. But I have managed and organized projects in the past, yes. That is what my initial thing was, that is what I did. Let me just see what I did here. I just want to double check. Did I sew it over? No, I just put it through, okay. Ooh, hold on, I need to do that again. Oops, pulled it out too soon. My leg's sore. Okay, hold on. Oh, a lot of sitting, hey? Standing and sitting and standing and sitting, but moving around. Once my leg starts getting a little tight, I do have my moments. So now I feel like I need to do this again. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Oh, that's why. Durr. I need to put some thread in. I'm like, why isn't this working? Thread. That is why. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't have to take that out, but okay. Clearly, I'm getting a little tired. Have you guys threaded a sewing machine before? This took me a while to figure out. But I always had a sewing machine, even when I was doing my degrees, I always had a sewing machine with me. Always, always. This was part of my process, right? It wasn't just paint, it was literally a sewing machine. Sewing machine's always been part of my art. Part of my art. Whether it was just sewing fabrics together to create like a larger canvas, I was doing it. So a sewing machine is actually very useful to have. Yeah. This is not a completed piece that you're listening to. I was just working on the track. That part over there might be the melody to the vocals. I might have to do that next week. I don't think 3 hours is enough to do any track. It takes much longer to do. I mean, that's like a whole day. I don't know if I have a whole day to be able to do that, but yeah. Oh, here it is. This is the collar of this. I haven't sewn the piece yet. I think I need to get all the parts sewn first before I even attempt putting it together. I did make the pattern. I don't think it's perfect, but we will find out. If it fits my partner, then we will know what's going on. Yeah, I don't have a whole team. This would be me. It's just me. Just me and myself and I. Brandon works in an office, so he doesn't have time to work with me. It's just me. Okay, that worked out. Let's see. This should technically be like So I'm doing the other collar. This is a collar, okay? I think I need to do it step at a time because every time I rush it, something goes wrong, especially fashion. Like you need to be really careful and I'm not the best sewer. Not the best sewer. Oh, my battery's dying. So I'm gonna have to 4, 5, 6. Yeah, my phone's dying. Oh, my phone's dying. Okay, let me finish this part. Gotta do it the other way, yikes. Okay, throat's killing me. Hold on. I should probably go. Sorry. Okay, a little bit longer. Okay, where are we now? My phone's gonna fade soon. So what you're seeing here is the process of art. I think people are so excited about seeing the final piece that the process always gets lost. Whether it's painting or an exhibition, before you create an exhibition, it takes about 6 months to develop an idea or vision. I think the same thing applies for anything that you put together. It took me about maybe about 3 months to put together my, no, about 4 months to put together my WordPress, and then I shifted over to Wix, and during that time I was working on Poshmark, and I was teaching music and all that stuff. So I think sometimes you find the vision as you go along, right? That's like the process. Yeah, there's like a bit of a pull here. That's why I did it wrong. Dang it. I was like, something's wrong here. You see, this always happens to me. I sewed the wrong section. This I should not have sewed. This is supposed to be not sewed here. Losing my mind, losing my marbles. Okay, that should not be sewn here, this part. And this isn't a polyester. I found that this is actually a cotton. It's called sateen. It's woven a different way. And then this is polyester. This is cotton, this is polyester. Oh, I blotched it. I need to put the music off and everything to fix this up. Right. I know everybody's basically watching this whole royal family thing, so I know that this is like, today's technically not the day to be doing this. I should be watching the news, but I am not. I'm just standing because I have to stand for a little bit. My body's like acting up. See, I spoke and then I blotched it. I should not be speaking when I do these things. Yeah, this was supposed to be done. This side was not. I think everybody should have a sewing machine, in my personal opinion. It's one of those, you must have one in your house at least, right? Ah, blotched it, blotched it. I think everybody's used to being on TikTok and Facebook and stuff. I stopped using them. I just feel as if I couldn't get anything done on there, so I find that YouTube is a little bit more traditional in the way it goes about doing things, and I like that. It gives me that space to be productive, or I'm just constantly riding the wave of over interacting and never getting anything done for myself. And as an artist, you need to be productive. I mean, who's going to be making this stuff for you? Nobody. So you have to find a way to do this, right? See, I knew something was wrong. Urgh. I sewed it too much. I was like, that doesn't look right. It wasn't. Because it wasn't right. That's why. That's why. That's why. think I doubled this. Okay. Oh, my phone's gonna die. Okay. So I'm gonna fix this up. I'm gonna love and leave you guys. Have a good one. Have a great day.